Hello, everyone. I am your favorite Russian bot. I'm Candace, aka Geeky Candy, here bringing you geeks and gamers some more fun shillery. Actually, I think we're going to call this the shill of the week. Last week, Jeremy did a great video showing how Brian Lowry over at CNN basically called us all Russian bots. So now we have good old Brian Lowry here bringing us his review, his great critical review of The Rise of Skywalker. So just right off the bat, just like he did in the last article, he starts talking about not The Rise of Skywalker, but rather The Last Jedi. Here he says, like a tremor in the Force, the division stirred by The Last Jedi created fiction in the Star Wars universe. Yes, friction. Yes, a divide, because Rian Johnson is an asshole. So basically, that left director J.J. Abrams with additional cleanup work to do on The Rise of Skywalker, a Star Wars movie made very much with devout fans in mind, and one that proves highly satisfying as an end not just to this trilogy, but a saga 42 years in the making. So we start off this article, of course, kissing Disney's ass. Go figure, CNN. And it'll be interesting to see if we can carry that throughout the entire article, or if perhaps somewhere in here, somewhere maybe buried deep, we might get some real objective opinion. Let's see. To that extent, The Rise of Skywalker feels like a welcome course correction, featuring sequences and references that more cynical minds, the Phantom Menace, perhaps, will dismiss as fan service, but which derive emotion and power precisely from the bond and investment the audience has forged, not just with this permutation on the story, but all of it going back to the original trilogy. How about that tap dancing right there? That's some serious tap dancing. You know, to write something like this after just walking out of the premiere, the next day, reflecting back on your notes and trying to put something together to really pose this movie in a good light, knowing full and well you are not going to be, not all the critics are going to be in lockstep on this, obviously, as we saw today on Rotten Tomatoes. Brian Lowry, man, you are the shilliest of the shills. Anyway, it gives away nothing to note what's already been heavily promoted, that Billy D. Williams and Ian McDiarmid, Lando and Emperor Palpatine respectively, play roles in this film, reinforcing ties to those roots. Yeah, that's all they got. Bring back the oldies, because that's all it takes to apparently win over fans. The filmmakers have also chosen, less successfully, to construct the late Carrie Fisher's performance around available unused footage, a technical accomplishment that nevertheless proves awkward and limiting. Oh, there we go. Quick little buried little criticism there. Yeah, awkward. Of course it is. I heard something about majority of these are in flashbacks. And that just makes sense because, you know, what are you going to do? She's already passed and moved on. Although one article in USA Today basically said, regarding the premiere, that notably absent from the premiere was both George Lucas and Carrie Fisher. Yes, notably absent from the premiere is Carrie Fisher because, yes, some prefer death over watching this abomination of a film. Oh, God, the media is so stupid. Moving on. Perhaps foremost, The Rise of Skywalker seeks to recapture some of the fun and playfulness that has been a hallmark of the series despite the backdrop of darkness and galaxy-threatening peril at its core. So basically, he's going to start going into detail about all the positive notes that he finds. All of this, just blah, 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 gobbledygook, really trying to find all of the good in the movie, and it's still kind of blasé, to be honest, the things that he says here. But I will say one thing that interested me. This little paragraph right here in the middle of the entire article says, if there's a quibble, it's mostly in the first 45 minutes or so, as the movie sets up its central challenge, then essentially careens from one crisis to the next in a fashion that comes across as a little too willy-nilly in its galaxy-hopping exploits. So basically you're saying that the entire plot line, the main central challenge, is an issue. Just tossing that in there, really tiny, just burying it in the article. Yeah, I found that really interesting. This is really the only objective criticism here about it. So, Mr. Brian Lowry, Mr. Creator of hit pieces to the Fandom Menace, Mr. calling us the Russian trolls and the Russian bots, I'd like to know this. You say there's a quibble in this movie, as you call it, saying that you have an issue with how it sets up its central challenge. We call that the main plot line. And if you're telling me that they have a problem setting up the main plot line and going from one thing to the next, to the next, to the next without anything, no connective tissue, putting it all together, that's pretty much what we've been talking about for the last, I don't know, year or so, ever since we started finding out about what this movie was going to be about, what they were planning to do. This is literally what we were saying, and you have the balls to repeat it after that hit piece last week? Very interesting, Mr. Lowry. Very interesting, and this is why I give you the award for Shill of the Week. He makes up for it right away by saying the final hour, however, is filled with incredible moments. Okay? It's like, guys, forgive me. Disney, forgive me. I love Star Wars. Yay, Star Wars. Yeah, it's pretty fun to see how quickly they have to bounce from saying one thing critical about the movie to back to kissing that mouse's ass. So yeah, moving on. The very end of this caps it all perfectly, saying, faced with that task and clearly mindful of the enormity of it, Abrams has made a Star Wars movie aimed at the people who love it best. That's not you and me, apparently. Aimed at the people who love it best. Now, that's important to keep in mind for the next sentence where he says the rise of Skywalker isn't perfect, but seen that way by the people who love it best, it more than rises to the occasion. So people who love it best, Brian Lowry, who would that be? Surely it can't be the kids, even though Freddie Prinze says, it's for kids, bruh. It's for kids, dude. No, it's not for kids. Check out the Swedish rating system. They even said the issues with Corpse Palpatine alone would not recommend it for kids 11 and under. Disney, what are you doing? You are a family channel. You are a family company. Your marketing is stupid right now. You are eliminating most of your target audience by getting rid of the 11 and under gap with all this random stuff you have to throw in there to try to please certain portions of the fandom. It's so ridiculous. Concentrate on the storyline. Let that be your reason to move forward with the movie. Not that you need to put in so many little pieces of things to make sure this group of people and this group of people and this group of people are all happy. Because you know what? You're leaving out the biggest group of all, the real fans. And obviously that's going to show with your opening week. With all that being said, fandom, I look forward to seeing you guys again soon. I will talk to y'all later. Bye.
Hey everyone, it's Jeremy from geeksandgamers.com, and if you're a fan of Geeks and Gamers, please go to our website, visit our merchandise store. We have t-shirts, hoodies, hats, beanies, tank tops, and in the very near future, we're going to have many more products for you to choose from. So thank you for the support. We appreciate it. You guys have a great day, and we will talk to you later.